Good evening, I'm Anna Jabłońska and welcome to Poland Daily. 8 years after the Smolensk crash, Polish researchers have proven that the catastrophe was caused by a set of explosive charges, which went off when the Polish Air Force plane, with the country's president and delegation on board, was approaching the airport in Smolensk, Russia. Yesterday, the former Minister of Defense, Antoni Macierewicz, who heads the investigative committee of this crash, unveiled its technical report. Aleksander Wierzejski from our Poland Daily team asked whether he can confirm what happened on that traumatic day.
Sir, you've published yesterday a technical report regarding the Smolensk crash. There are several informations how this crash actually happened. What are the conclusions regarding the cause of the death of these 96 passengers and crew?
The most important conclusion, which is the clue of this report, is that the plane was distracted by the explosion. First, it was like explosion in the left wing, and then the second explosion in center of the plane, which killed every passenger which were in this plane. And it's especially important, this statement, because up to now nobody want to inform, and nobody want to search what was the really reason of the death of Polish president and of whole our national elite. This report stated it and decided that it was not the controlled fly into the terrain, like said the Russian, but it was the explosion which distracted the plane and killed our elite.
This statement has definitely a grave consequences, both from the legal standpoint and from the political standpoint. The one consequence,
of course, for us is most important the legal standpoint, because the Commission didn't occupy the political issue. We are not political body, but only technical body, which searches only the technical question.
Until yesterday, the legal framework for work on this crash was MAC, the Russian investigation committee report, and committee of Polish Commission led by Mr. Miller. Is this still valid?
No, it's not valid. It's not valid. Of course, we are not. We can't say anything from legal point of view about the MAC report. But like the State Commission, I'm not. I can decide about the search of Mr. Miller Commission, which is false. And we decided to annihilate, to liquidate validity of this report.
So
it
the
is not
current
valid.
position of
From
Polish state
yesterday
on this is
not valid.
Okay, so let us say in one sentence the current position of Polish state regarding the Smolensk crash.
The Polish state stated that this plane was distracted by the explosion and that it was not controlled flight to the terrain. We are searching the whole cause of this, even of this tragedy. But one thing we know for sure, that it was the explosion which distracted our elite.
Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Today, Polish President Andrzej Duda participated in the yearly March of the Living in the German Death Camp Auschwitz-Birkenau, together with the President of Israel, Reuven Rivlin.
The March of the Living has been organized every year since 1988. The president held an hour-long bilateral meeting before conjointly lighting candles in front of the death wall, where prisoners of the German death camps were executed by firing squad. In the press conference afterwards, the Polish president said that the new Polish law, which makes it illegal to ascribe atrocities committed by Germans to the Polish nation, was never intended to silence Holocaust survivors.
Jest oczywiście wielka kontrowersja.
A controversy has arisen surrounding the new law which the Constitutional Tribunal is currently taking a closer look on. Since we have the Israeli president here with us, I want to clarify that our intention was never to create legislation that would stop Holocaust survivors from voicing their personal memories. It was quite the opposite. We wanted to protect the historical truth.
Intencją
The Israeli president said that politicians are responsible for shaping the future, while the task of historians is to study the past, and that these roles should stay separate.
Żądamy, żeby
We want Poland to study different aspects of the Holocaust. This is the arrangement between our countries.
mówił sam, panie prezydencie.
Today's bilateral meeting was the first at the highest political level since the controversy surrounding the new law erupted. Meanwhile, the Israeli News 10 TV station is reporting that an Israeli government official has stated that the US is putting pressure on Israel to end the Polish-Israeli conflict due to the important role Poland plays for US defense strategy.
President of the Polish Supreme Audit Office is charged with the abuse of power. After a closed hearing in the parliament, Krzysztof Kwiatkowski maintained that he is innocent and hopes his case will soon reach the court, which is the only suitable authority to handle it.
In 2015, the media received parts of recorded conversations between Krzysztof Kwiatkowski and Jan Bury, an influential politician from the Law and Justice Party. The leader of the Supreme Audit Office told Bury that he should prepare a candidate for a vice leader of the local audit office. Kwiatkowski said today that the soundbite was taken out of context and that the conversation in its entirety had a different tone. I wish today's hearing was open to the media, as now I cannot speak of any details. I can only say that the jury has already been appointed to my case and that the Warsaw County Court will be handling the situation. I am very happy about that, as I wanted to set things straight from the very beginning. I even renounced my immunity in order to be competent to stand trial. The Constitutional Responsibility Committee President Iwona Arendt underlined that the court deals with criminal liability, while the committee deals with the constitutional delinquent.
This case should also be viewed in court. The question is, why does it take so long if the charges were pressed in September 2017? Nevertheless, we are taking care of the constitutional aspect of the case. Our committee can propose a motion of bringing Mr. Kwiatkowski in front of the state court. That's all for tonight. Thank you for watching Poland Daily, and please join us tomorrow at the same time. Good night.